This video is an all-inclusive guide to the Hawaiian island of Oahu. Oahu is Hawaii's island that you will find the hustle and bustle of the city life and also some of the most iconic spots in Hawaii. 70% of Hawaii's residents live on the island, and we spent 7 months of our life here. So sit back and relax as we take you around the island, showing you the best things to do. First off, let me take you on a trip around Honolulu to find out if you can travel here on a budget. Can you spend the day in Waikiki for only $25? Well, we're about to find out together. So I'm currently sitting at a park and I just visited for breakfast this place called Leonard's Bakery, which is very, very popular, and I think it's a must eat on the island. So I went and I got some malasadas. If you don't know what malasadas are, they're a type of Portuguese donut. My plans are already messed up because apparently you have to pay $5 minimum to pay with card. So I had to get a little bit more than I would have normally gotten. So I got 3 malasadas, 2 coconut, 1 macadamia nut filling, and let's try them out. Total for 3 malasadas was $5.65, which was more than I hoped to pay. But I think it's gonna be fun to see what ends up happening by the end of the day. So let's eat these malasadas and let's have a fun day. I'm not sure what filling this is, but we'll see. So this is definitely the coconut one. It's very warm, very good. I wish the coconut was a little bit more strong flavor because I'm a huge coconut fan. Definitely not gonna be able to eat all of these. I may only have enough room for one before our lunchtime. Pro tip, the place to eat in Waikiki, I've heard this by many, many locals, which I am not, Kahuku Avenue. That's where I got the Leonard's Bakery malasadas, but there's tons of other places that you definitely need to eat at. I am walking down this canal called Haleiwa Canal, and we used to live actually right by this canal. We'd walk down this all the time, and it's actually a really pretty view, but someone told me that this is one of the most polluted canals in all of America. Just don't think about that. Just look at the pretty views. You get the mountain view, the city view. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So I'm not gonna come to Waikiki without going to Waikiki Beach, of course. So that's where I head to now. I have to find a restroom to change, but let's enjoy the beach today. Stung by a jellyfish. So the biggest question is, should I go to the ABC store and get some vinegar for $5, or I'm just gonna go in the ABC store just to see how much vinegar is, because it hurts pretty bad. So the vinegar was only $2, which is really not bad, but we're on a budget here. I'm gonna see how long I can take it. So, time to find lunch or a snack, which I'm really not that hungry, so let's see what we find. Since I didn't get the vinegar, I got Hawaiian shaved ice, which is $5.50, and I really need to pick me up because that stinks. Ooh. So let me eat this before it melts. So just ate my shaved ice. I'm currently walking around the International Marketplace, which is like a little shopping mall, and it's pretty cool. There's trees growing in the middle of the mall. It's 3 stories. I'm just gonna be doing window shopping here because we're on a budget, but I don't really need to buy anything anyway. So window shopping, must do in Waikiki because there are some pretty fancy places here. So this has to be the #1 place to window shop ever because it's so beautiful. I mean, happened to stumble upon this little marketplace called Duke's Marketplace. Pretty cool if you want like the kind of market style. It felt very like authentic, I don't know. Just saying. So it's currently 3 o'clock. I still have about $14 to spend left in my $25 a day. But Sam picked up the car. It was in Honolulu. So he's about to pick me up. We're going to Rainbow Drive-In for a plate lunch. And we should still be in under our $25 a day. So stay tuned for that. Look who it is. Somebody decided to join the party. Look at this bougie car.
Can you buckle your seatbelt?
Oh.
There's a Copic right here.
Meanie Bobby.
It's not a bougie car.
Yes, it is. Bougie. Bougier than any car we have in Hawaii because we have no car in Hawaii. Pulling up to Rainbow Drive-In. So we just finished our Rainbow Drive-In, which I totally recommend. Let's talk what I spent total, how much we have left. $4.13 left. All right guys, so Sam just dropped me off. Full disclosure, it's around 6 o'clock, so I did take a little break at home. We ate the Rainbow Drive-In and I freshened up because I looked super beat. But I'm feeling a lot better now. I'm still walking around with an awful sting, but I'm here waiting on sunset. And then we gotta just bite the bullet later. And we're gonna have to find something to eat within our budget. You guys, you have to watch a sunset behind the Waikiki Aquarium. It's an unobstructed view of the sunset because sometimes the buildings in the mountain hide it if you're closer to the resort areas. So come behind the Waikiki Aquarium, you're only gonna see like locals walking around. You'll see some tourists, but it's a very quiet spot and that's where I always love to watch the sunset. So now that it's getting late, it's gonna take me a long time to find a meal under $4. This is the big challenge. So I'm gonna start early because by the time I find something, it'll be late and I'll be hungry. On the way to the beach, I was looking at prices and this nice lady showed me this one cafe that is slightly over budget. I could get like a meal for like $5 something, but I'm gonna keep looking. So I found something to eat, but hear me out. The menu was within our budget. Once the reality came back and taxes, and I tipped because I felt really bad if I didn't, we were over budget. We came out $2.33 over our budget, but that's not a lot. I think I did pretty good today. So I'm currently finding a spot to eat my stuff and I'll show you what I got. I'm really scared to try this. It's a little out of my comfort zone. It's musubi. It's got some like sausage and rice, avocado and bacon. It's hard to film and chopstick at the same time. Okay, that looks disgusting. Oh wait! I totally forgot that was chicken. That's really good. It tastes like Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. I'm not even kidding. I didn't know what that was. It didn't really look like chicken. Maybe because it's dark. Alright, try these little weenies. Not bad. Let's try this sushi thing. Musubi is what it's called. I think I gotta unwrap it though. This thing is huge. I'm not even gonna try to use the chopsticks. You know what? It's not bad. I'm not a picky eater. Would I get it again on purpose? Maybe not. Does it fill me up? It might. That's a lot of rice. I can't get over the chicken though. It tastes like freaking Chick-fil-A. I don't know what the heck this is. Is that tofu? I've never had tofu. It didn't taste like anything. I'm impressed. I think this would fill anybody up. Well, unless you like to eat a lot. Still in the city of Honolulu, you have to visit the Bishop Museum. You can't visit Hawaii without at least indulging yourself in the history and culture of the Polynesian Islands. The Bishop Museum has the largest collection of Pacific and Polynesian artifacts and is the largest museum in Hawaii. It's one of my favorite museums I have ever visited, and I guarantee you will leave with a greater appreciation for the Polynesian and Pacific Asian culture and people. So I'm at the KCC Farmers Market today. It's only open on Saturdays and it's gorgeous. Let's check it out. So the farmers market has these designated parks that you can eat at because you have to wear your mask at all times while you're in the market. So I'm here right now. I got a couple things that I want to eat, so let me show you. So I got these Brazilian cheese breads and you can like pick what you want in them. So I got a bacon and egg one and an egg, tomato, and pesto one. So this is my breakfast. The farmers market's only open from 7 to 11. Don't quote me. I'll put the real times here. It's only open for breakfast, but they do have like lunch items that you can get. There's so many things that you can choose from to eat and buy. So let's try these two out. Okay, those were super good. The egg was a little runny, so it got everywhere, but my favorite was the pesto one. So great. Let me show you what I got Sam, because he's been dying to get one of these. So I got him this poke bowl. It's spicy ahi, and I'm about to leave, so it should still be good by the time we get home. And then we had to get some more macadamia nuts. We've been munching on these since we've gotten into Hawaii, and we're obsessed. So I got 3 for $25, the coffee, Maui onion, and Hawaiian honey. So I'm interested to get into those. I really enjoyed this farmers market. Now that I've shown you some of the most popular spots in Honolulu, I think you will be pleased to hear about the many resort areas around the island and some pros and cons of each. So you're wondering where you should stay when you come to Oahu. There are 3 resort locations that I'm going to be listing the pros and cons of. So at the end, you can decide for yourself. So let's jump into it. The 3 resort areas are Waikiki, Ko'olina, and the North Shore. In order to preserve local living, by law, all hotels and short-term vacation rentals are limited to these 3 areas. Welcome to Waikiki. So, Waikiki is the most popular place to stay on the island of Oahu. So, let's talk about pros and cons, which I think will be very interesting. A major pro, which is very, very obvious. I mean, it's Waikiki. It's very historic. Big place to see on the island in Oahu. I would argue it's the #1 place to see on Oahu. No, it's a pretty cool thing. You get to stay right in the place to be. The biggest con of staying in Waikiki is, of course, the people, the traffic, the noise. There's just so many people crammed up into one spot, you just can't get away from it. Biggest pro, which I totally miss about living in Waikiki, is how accessible everything is versus maybe in the other resort areas like Kualoa and the North Shore, it's gonna be a lot harder to do some things that you want to do. Major con is parking. Literally impossible, and if you do find a spot, you're paying like $20 to park there. So that's a big one for me. That's why we don't come to Waikiki as often, is because of the parking. So let's talk shopping. Although you can do it all around Waikiki, there is a central location to do all your shopping called the International Marketplace with tons of stores. So if you're really looking to spend a good penny, come to this place here. So pro I have to give to Waikiki is you can find some of the most affordable places on the island versus North Shore and Kualoa. Most affordable resort area. Huge pro. I don't know if I'm gonna get hate for this, but Waikiki Beach is not even near the prettiest beach on the island, and I wouldn't even rank it in the top 10. So just keep that in mind. It's cool to say you went to Waikiki Beach, but it's not a beach that locals will go to because it's not that pretty. And it's just run down with tourists. So. It's not often that it rains in Waikiki, but when it does, it's very light and brief. So that's a huge pro about Waikiki. Kualoa is located on the west side of Oahu, or also known as the leeward side. Kualoa is made up of resorts and actually 4 big man-made lagoons that are all connected, and all the resorts are kind of right up on top of each other. So I'm about to head to one of the lagoons, show you that, and then we'll name some pros and cons. So a very big pro is that these lagoons are man-made, so they're very safe for families and children. That's really important here in Hawaii because the ocean can get very, very rough. So a really big con about the lagoons is that they're really just made for swimming. There's no good snorkeling, as in there's not like a reef to attract fish. You can't really surf, you can't do any water sports, so you're just here to swim. The one pro about Kualoa, there's just a ton of room to lay out, have fun, have a picnic, do some sports, because it's just very open, versus Waikiki, you can't really do any of that. Alright, so another con, which is a big one for me, it's pretty far away from a lot of the very popular sites here to see on Oahu. The west side is just so far from everything. I think your closest thing is like Waikiki or Pearl Harbor. More like Pearl Harbor, but everything else is so far, at least an hour drive. So I made a stop at Kualoa Station, which is like a shopping mall here around the resorts. What I love about this little area, you have one central location to do all your shopping. There's a lot of restaurants, so that's a big pro of Kualoa. So I gave a pro, which is this Kualoa Station, which I think is pretty cool. But I think the worst con about Kualoa is that it's located on the, I don't want to say ugliest, because Hawaii, everything is beautiful, but the least pretty side of the island. You're not going to see a lot of mountains. Yes, you are on the coast, but all you can kind of really see is dry grass, hills, and resorts. And it's kind of like made up, like artificial, if you know what I mean. It does not feel as crowded as Waikiki. In fact, I know it's not as crowded as Waikiki. It's just so open and you kind of feel secluded, which is a really good thing. If you're coming during the winter months, which is the rainy season on the island, this is the perfect place to stay because it's the part of the island that gets the least amount of rain. Look at this little fella. So here's what I was talking about earlier about all the lagoons are connected. You had this walkway here, and then of course you have the road that connects all of it together. So this is a big overview of Kualoa. Let's talk about our last pro, safety. I'm gonna drive around a little bit and show you, like, it's pretty gated off, and there is like a security entrance that has like an attendant there. So it does feel like a very safe place to stay, but well, I'll show you. This is the front entrance with the gate attendant when you come into Kualoa, and also at all the resorts you'll need a key to get into most places. So we're back from Kualoa. Next is North Shore, so we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to North Shore, and in fact, more specifically Turtle Bay Beach Resort, because this is the only resort here on the North Shore. I'm not going to be focusing just on the resort. This is the pros and cons of why you should stay on the North Shore in general. Let's talk a very big pro, which was pretty obvious to me once I first came to the resort. There's hotel rooms and beach villas, so you can kind of choose what style you want to stay in. But I think a con, especially during the popular season here in Hawaii, it's pretty expensive here at this resort. I've heard that in the off season it does get much cheaper, which is great, but they just reopened from renovation. So that may be why when I looked at the prices, it was like very, very expensive. That's just what I've seen. You can do your own research and look at the prices yourself. I forgot to mention they also have bungalows too, so you definitely have a wide range of accommodations to stay at here. Big pro, which I noticed because I went on the beach. All beaches in Hawaii are public access, even if you think it's not. Nothing is off limits to just anyone. And it was very obvious that it's a very family-friendly resort. And the beach looked very safe. It looked man-made, like they arranged it to where it's safe to swim. And there's buoys blocking off areas of the beach that may not be safe, especially because it looks very rocky. So, huge plus. Let's talk about North Shore in general. If you're staying at the resort, you're right near our favorite places to eat here on the North Shore. When I was driving on the way here, passed by all the good spots. Although North Shore is a really cool place to be and it's a cool place to see as a tourist, it is far away from some other spots on the island, which I think are really awesome to see. So yes, you're close to things, but you're also far away from other things. But I think you're gonna get that anywhere you stay here on Oahu. Okay, just thought of another pro. It's just a really pretty resort in general, and you have the views of North Shore, the mountains over here, which is a huge plus. So a big con, which really only applies to winter months, is that the swells get so large that it floods some of the streets and they can be shut down for days. So it would be hard to get back and forth to where you need to go. So I am in Haleiwa, which is definitely your central location to shop here in the North Shore. Although it is like a good 30 minutes from the resort we were at, Turtle Bay, but this is the cutest little town. Definitely a must-do on the North Shore. You have big name restaurants that we have eaten at, and they're big name for a reason. Although there are some big name restaurants that are a little bit too hyped up. But anyway, super pro Haleiwa. So it's kind of hard to pick a winner here. It just kind of depends on your taste and what you like individually. You may know of the most popular attraction in Oahu called Diamond Head, but we will get to that later in the video when I show you some iconic hikes. And I'm not gonna lie, Diamond Head isn't even close to one of my favorite hikes on the island. Guess you better check out that part of the video. But for now, let's visit the second most popular attraction on Oahu, Pearl Harbor, and a bit of some practical information for you to know before you go. There are several ways that you can get to Pearl Harbor. One, if you're lucky enough to get a rental car or have a car in Hawaii, parking is free and it's very obvious on where you should park. So get your little Google Maps, find your way, and you'll park. And there's plenty of parking. Honestly, we've been on very busy days and we've not had any trouble. Number two, ride the bus, which is probably the cheapest option, and we have done this option to get to Pearl Harbor ourselves. So from Waikiki to Pearl Harbor is probably about an hour bus ride, and it really didn't feel like that because you just look out the window, look at the pretty views of Hawaii, and you're there. And the bus takes you right up to the visitor center, and I would definitely check Google Maps or Apple Maps to verify how often the buses come. They may come every 30 minutes, they may come every hour, but just be prepared for that. And three, Uber, which we've had used. We've done all of these options to get to Pearl Harbor actually. Uber is probably your most expensive option. One way, it's hard to say, may cost you $30, may cost you $40, but that is another option if you're not willing to ride the bus or have option a car. So once you're at Pearl Harbor, the visitor center is free to enter. So if you're not like a big history buff and you're just going to say you went, maybe just do the visitor center and you'll have a free visit to Pearl Harbor. But one important thing, you cannot bring any bags unless it's like a very, very small clutch or a see-through bag. So if you just happen to bring your bag up, there is a $10, I think, double check me on that, storage that you can store your bag. Otherwise, just don't bring a bag at all. Now at the visitor center, there are museums, there's different signage that you can do, there's an audio tour that you can purchase. You can honestly just walk around and, learn about the day. But if you're like us and a little more interested in Pearl Harbor, the most popular attraction is visiting the USS Arizona. Now before you go, I recommend buying a ticket on recreation.gov. It's only $1 just to reserve your ticket in advance. And I'm telling you, reserve it in advance, because we went trying to get a standby ticket and that was not the case. We could not get one because one of their boats broke down. But it's super easy. Honestly, you do have to book about a month in advance, because when we booked ours, it was literally a month out, because it's very popular. So don't forget to do that before your vacation. Like I said, it's only $1 for it, and you just reserve your time and you go. Like I said earlier, there is a standby option. You visit the ticket center and it's on a first come first served basis. I think they only have 1,300 tickets a day, which on a normal day, 4,000 people visit Pearl Harbor a day. So definitely reserve your tickets in advance. Other attractions at Pearl Harbor include the USS Bowfin, which is a submarine that you can tour, the USS Missouri, and the Aviation Museum. There is an option that you can visit all attractions in one day, but they say that it's 2 hours for each attraction that they recommend. So if you do that option, it's a full day, 8 hours. And that doesn't even count the other stuff there, like the visitor center and all the extra stuff that they have just everywhere. Every time we've gone, we've seen something else that we want to do, which brings us back to Pearl Harbor. There's several options that you can find online for paid tours, and even at Pearl Harbor in the gift shop you can purchase an audio tour, which I might recommend because, like I said, we've been 3 times, and each time we felt like we missed something and we want to go back. So maybe if you just done it the right way the first time and got a tour, you wouldn't feel the way that we did. So that's kind of why I'm making this video. So if you are visiting a full day at Pearl Harbor, just so you know, there's a gift shop, there's restrooms, there's places to buy snacks. We even saw restaurants at the USS Missouri. So don't worry about, not having a lunch, not having somewhere to take a break. You'll have plenty of that there. They're very prepared. Now that you know what to do before you go, let's jump into our time at Pearl Harbor.
Welcome to Pearl Harbor, guys. So we have made it in Pearl Harbor. So before our ticket time, we're walking around the grounds and really learning about what happened the day of Pearl Harbor. They have big signs that you can read and really tell you the timeline. So it's really cool to learn more about the incident that day.
For your check-in time to the USS Arizona, you want to look for the Pearl Harbor Memorial Theater towards the back of the Visitor Center.
So we're currently waiting on getting in. They let us in 15 minutes early, but we're not boarded the boat yet.
The USS Arizona is one of the battleships that sunk during the attack of Pearl Harbor. The ship still lies in the same spot that it sunk that day, along with over 1,000 crew members who lost their lives on the ship. Several crew members that survived the attack have also chosen the USS Arizona as their final resting place. Today, a memorial lies above the shipwreck.
Alright, so we are off of the boat. We're going to check out these museums over here because they have a lot of artifacts from that day. And there's this big submarine that looks really cool. I'm not always a big fan of museums, but these are really cool. They kind of remind me of, if you haven't seen our Oklahoma City vlog, that museum of the Oklahoma City bombing. They have the stuff playing and all the artifacts, but yeah, I really enjoyed that. Now we're gonna go look at the submarine.
Touring the USS Bowfin will cost you $20 for an adult and $12 per child.
So it's totally a lot less crowded at this time of day. I think we're here, it's probably around 3. When we came our first time, it was so packed, and that was probably like 11 maybe in the day. So maybe come later if you're interested in coming to this spot. So we're headed to the battleship Missouri, which is a huge ship. And it was the place that World War II ended. I had no idea. So it's gonna be really cool. We're on the deck now. There's guides that you can go up to and they'll tell you their fact or information about the ship. And you can get a map. Because the ship is so big, it'll tell you kind of what you can see and what you can do. And we're about to go inside and see what it looks like. It's pretty cool that they still have it set up how it was back then. Like you see the tables and even like soda machines. That's pretty cool.
Touring the USS Missouri is $30 for adults, $14 for children. We'll put a link down in the description below for the website where we bought our tickets.
I totally want to believe those are all books from the actual time period, but it's probably just props. I don't know.
I wonder if they had Harry Potter in there.
Look how ancient that TV is.
Not that old.
Ancient. That was the Chief's Lounge. I was tempted to sit down on one of the couches and then I realized, probably not. So the cool thing about this, you'll see arrows that kind of guide you along the whole ship, so you really don't have to worry about getting lost or anything. Donut shop. Dentist, then there's bunk. Kitchen, then there's more bunks. There's bunks everywhere. There's so many people on board.
Look at the shower. It's nicer than our home.
Yeah, for real. Dang. So we just finished the inside. It says next stop, Bow. Shine your toes. So we are all done touring the USS Missouri. I highly recommend both of these spots you saw in this video. We're not huge history buffs and we still enjoyed it, but I don't recommend doing what we did and visiting 2 separate days, which we can do since we're here a long time. You can buy an all-access pass, just knock them all off in one day. Definitely get your money's worth.
Being here visiting, it's a lot of mixed emotion. It makes us proud to be Americans. And it makes us want to just say thank you to all of our first responders and men and women who serve in the Army and military for all your service and for sacrificing so much for us and so that we can have freedom. And we just want to thank y'all so much from the bottom of our hearts.
A little further up the coast from Ko'olina, you will find one of our favorite scuba diving spots on the island called Electric Beach. You can snorkel at Electric Beach, but I would only recommend for those that are very strong swimmers as well as those wishing to free dive.
Today, we're celebrating my 20th dive at Electric Beach. I think Sam's already had his 20th dive because he did a lot of diving in Florida without me. We just set up. Sam's getting on his wetsuit. I'm gonna dive with 10 pounds today. I normally dive with 12 with the wetsuit in the ocean, but I'm not wearing a wetsuit today. We'll see how it goes. I started off with 12 when I learned. That's why I've never really changed, but I know that's overweight for me. How you feeling? Woo!
1 recommend for strong swimmers is that this beach often has a strong current and can be dangerous due to the hot water blown out by the electric power plant across the street. This hot water makes the sea life swarm to this spot, therefore making the views absolutely stunning.
So we're 20 dives in. How you feel?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Really? No, I feel much more confident.
It's getting to the point where we're able to drop our weight a little bit more.
But I felt really good at 10 pounds. You know what? I still have a little bit of anxiety sometimes when I dive. Like in Maui, I felt a little anxious. Today I felt really good.
It was a nice, easy dive. Max depth probably around 28 to 30 feet. But
It was beautiful. We saw some pufferfish, no turtles today, but
a couple whales, a couple sharks, a couple dolphins.
I wish.
Another big favorite is called Hanauma Bay. Reservations are required to snorkel here. This bay is located on the southern part of the island and is not lacking in sea life. The link to book a reservation is in the description down below.
Going further up the west side, let's show you a few more spots that you can't miss. But first, you have to learn surfing, and the west side is the best side.
Her enthusiasm is overwhelming.
Pulling up to our spot. This should be interesting. Our lessons are 2 hours, so fingers crossed we don't get hurt.
Hey!
She's got it. No!
We're trying to find these secret mermaid caves. Fingers crossed we can actually find them because I'm not really sure, but we'll see. I kind of have some vague directions, so we're just gonna explore, see the beaches here over on the west side, and have a great day. I was told you're supposed to walk along this jagged rock until you see the cave, so we'll see. Would you look at how beautiful that is? The water's so blue today. How neat is that? Wow. I think I found it. %, not safe to swim right now in the cave. We are here in October, but now you know where to go. If you're here in the summer during low tide, it is safe to swim in these, but as you can see, I'm not getting in that.
What'd you get?
I'm being experimental. It's authentic Hawaiian dish. Kahlua pork, mac salad. This monstrosity is called lau lau. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna think about that, but we'll try it. I wanted to try it before we left Hawaii, so there that is. That's my plate. Sam, I got him a little something more his taste because he's a little picky sometimes. Garlic ahi. You know what? The leaves kind of taste like tea, like black tea. Isn't that weird? I'm here for it. The Kahlua pork's just normal Kahlua pork, but the leaves are very interesting.
Let me try.
I like that.
The meat's inside of here.
Yeah, meat's inside of it.
I like it.
Yeah. What did it taste like to you?
Hawaii.
Okay.
Do you have your passport?
Why?
We're about to get checked by the U.S. government.
There's army people on the beach, guarding the beach.
We are at Makaha Beach on the northwest side of the island. First time over here, and you gotta say, pleasantly surprised.
That's a dip in the water. It looks great.
Flowers all in the ocean. True Hawaiian.
So I got in the water and it was super fun because I found out the beach is on a slope. So I sat on the slope, and when the waves come, it takes you into the ocean like a water slide. So I did that, and that was really cool. And then I saw some pebbles in the water, and I floated by the pebbles like a true Hawaiian. We're liking this beach, so we're gonna stay here a little bit and then get some sun while we can. So we're at our next stop, Makua Beach. This is supposed to be one of the prettiest beaches on the island. So I'm so excited to check it out. Are you tapping out? I think he's tapping out, so it'll just be me out there.
I might let Kristen do this one by herself because I feel fishy after eating all that fish. Yeah, well, tuna swimming around in my belly. Stay tuned.
Just so you know, you go through here to the beach. Look at the view just from the parking lot. That's crazy. And there's plenty of parking. Look who's passed out. He's a trooper. Time to go home.
Before I take you into North Shore, I have to say the West Side is known for something else other than surfing. Sunsets.
And now we're currently watching some decent waves at sunset on this little beautiful beach, about a 10-minute drive from where we live. So yeah.
I don't know what this beach is called, but it's pretty cool. It's like rocky.
It's like Kia'u Beach Park or something.
Yeah, we just kind of stumbled upon it.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch the waves and then go back and eat some fish.
Hey, what are you cooking? Salmon?
Salmon, rice and broccoli. I'm just watching the waves crash in. We're gonna do a time lapse for you guys so you can see the waves with us.
Yeah. Wow, it's just so gorgeous. You can't go wrong with sunsets in Hawaii. For real.
Before we explore North Shore from the ground, let's take a good overlook of it in the best way possible.
How you feeling, Sam?
I don't want to talk about it.
How are you guys feeling?
Yeah, pumped.
Yes.
Woohoo!
I'm so good right now.
We're here. You guys ready?
Yes.
Bright and early. We gotta sign our life away.
Hey guys, welcome to Pacific Skydiving. Today we're gonna throw you all on an airplane.
What?
How are you today?
I'm great.
You're excited. You got a harness on. What are you about to do right now?
About to go skydiving for the first time.
First time?
Yeah.
Awesome. You're going all the way up to 14,000 feet today. Are you nervous?
I'm nervous. The highest you can go
The
without
highest
oxygen.
you can go. That's right. It's the highest you can go over the North Shore of Oahu. One of the most beautiful places in the world to skydive.
Yeah.
And this is going to be your first time?
First time.
Awesome. Heck yeah. Where are you from?
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. You're going to love it. We might see some whales today. You got beautiful weather going on. It's going to be epic. You got any last words to friends or family before you jump out of a perfect airplane?
Love you all.
There we go. Let's go have some fun,
Let's
girl.
do
We'll see
it.
you out there. Let's get after it. Yeah.
Aloha! Sam, Jane, how are you guys today?
Good.
Good. Are you excited?
Startling.
Nervous.
Nervous? What are we gonna do?
Maybe step off a plane?
Yeah, jump something.
First time, both of you?
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to jump today?
It might have been mine.
Jim, it's gonna be all your fault now.
That's it, yeah. There's a group of 4 of it. So I jokingly said it because I've always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But Sam's willingly sacrificing his body.
Terrified of heights.
Terrified of falling. So he's overcoming his number 1 fear today.
Nice, nice. Would you like to say something to your friends and family before we go?
Yeah, probably should have rang and said hey before we did this, but you know, all good.
We love all you guys. So.
Yeah, we love you all.
Yeah.
Okay, high five each other.
See you up in the sky.
Oh yeah, girl! Yeah! How was that?
That was awesome.
That was so fun, yeah?
That was really
You
cool.
crushed it. What was the best part?
The parachute.
Parachute?
And the view.
Beautiful
That
up there,
was the
isn't
best
it?
part, yeah.
Best views in the world right there. Yeah, thanks for hanging. We'll see you next time.
Tell me, how
That
was
was
your
awesome.
skydive?
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Tons of fun?
Yeah.
Would you do this again?
Oh yeah, we're already talking about it.
Nice, nice.
Alright, come on
you
over
for
here,
the
buddy.
jump.
Awesome.
Until next time. Sam, we just finished our skydive. What'd you think?
I'm alive, so I'm happy. Ready to.
He conquered one of his biggest fears.
And I did it in style.
Yeah.
I did like a military and like flipped off the
It was so good.
the guy was like, this is your first time? I was like, yeah. He's like, are you scared? I was like, not really. He's like, you want to do something fun? I was like, sure. He's like, hang on, buddy. And he just barrel rolled me off.
I'm so proud of you. You did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you skydive again? I would do it one day.
Yeah. Next week.
One of the most iconic spots in North Shore is the Dole Plantation. It's very overwhelming and crowded, but at least you have to visit once.
Welcome to the Dole Plantation. In 2008,
This was named the Guinness Book of World Records, world's largest maze. We have to do it. We have to get lost in the maze because why not?
I'm not getting lost in the maze. I'm gonna fall asleep in the maze.
And then we're gonna get some Dole Whip. So tickets are around $8. I did want to do the train, but I don't think we're gonna wait an hour for this train ride. The train ride takes you through the pineapple fields on a tour, and I'll put the prices for that here. You can also buy a combo pack. So we're downloading the Dole Maze app, and you can track your time, and it's like an interactive thing. Couldn't get the app downloaded. Oh well. They give us a map on our tickets, and you find the 8 stations, and that's basically what you do. So currently in the maze, we're going for this one first. Here's our first station. Did we know Oahu is a gathering place? Yes. Third largest Hawaiian island? Yes. North Shore is one of the most famous stretches of coastline? Yes. Hawaii's flower is the yellow hibiscus? Yes. Iolani Palace is downtown? Yes. The only royal palace in the U.S. QR code. Too bad our app doesn't work, or we can't download it. So we realized the map is kind of useless. We just found it ourselves. But we found our next one. The island of Kauai. I think we're done with the maze. Time for a treat.
Dole Whip and sleep. Emphasis on the sleep.
So there is a gift shop. I'm not going to go into detail there because I did on our Circle Island tour video. And this is also where you get the Dole Whip. So we both got Dole Whip cones, teriyaki combo, and a chocolate covered pineapple. Oh my gosh. There's even a flower in it. How touristy is that?
You eat that?
No. No. Oh, I thought you were really gonna eat it. Good morning, everybody. We are going to be visiting the North Shore today. We're gonna stop by a couple of places that we've already been but haven't filmed yet that we're super excited to visit. Some of our favorite places to eat and some of our favorite places to do things. Let's have a fun day. Guys, look what we got. We've been riding the bus, so this is a treat for us to have this rental car. We didn't use like the normal rental cars. We are using an app called Turo, and you basically rent other people's cars, and it's way cheaper. So we have the car for a couple of days. We're gonna see a lot of things and do a lot of things, and Sam's gonna use it for work this week. Okay guys, so we're pulling up on our first stop for the morning called Haleiwa Bowls. Don't go anywhere else. If you're looking for acai bowl, don't go anywhere else. I'm telling you. This is my favorite place, probably on the island, to eat anything. I dream about this place, so we are about to pull in and I'll show you what I like to get. Alright, so we have to eat in the car because it's always busy, but I usually get the hapa bowl, which comes with the acai, bananas, granola. I added strawberries and coconut shavings. I've only tried a couple other things, but they have everything from smoothies to coffee, so definitely must do when you're here in the North Shore. And while you're in Haleiwa, you have to explore the cute little shops around as well. This is coming with me.
She chickened out.
I chickened out.
She chickens out every single time we get something.
I don't know. I just feel like I'd be too embarrassed to wear it on the beach.
Why?
I don't know. It's too touristy. What are you doing?
That's funny.
We found a spot for lunch. It's like 2 o'clock, 2:30. It's called Farm to Barn. It's on North Shore in Haleiwa. We both got salmon bagel, and then we're gonna try, I already took a sip, it's basil lemonade. It's really good.
This is our second time coming here. Our first time coming here, I had the smoked salmon bagel, and it was so good that she had to get it this time.
Yeah. And
I'm pretty sure they juice this on in-house, and everything that they sell is grown or like farmed here on North Shore. On special days, maybe Saturdays, they have like a market going on here, and someone comes out and sings like Hawaiian music, and it's so fun. It's such a good atmosphere. You have to come if you're in Haleiwa. Look at this beautifulness. Oh my gosh. What is even on that? So good.
We are at our next stop, and some of you may have heard this is a very famous place in Hawaii. It's called Shark's Cove. So we're gonna be switching the footage now to the GoPro, so that's what you're gonna see.
Gotta put on those Balenciagas. Gotta impress those fish out there. That looks stylish.
No.
I just finished snorkeling the main part of Shark's Cove. It's very, very calm. It's almost like a little aquarium you just snorkel through. Very good for families and beginners, but Sam didn't want to go because it's a little not his taste. So we're gonna go find a more difficult place to snorkel. So let's go check it out. If you go where the main little Shark's Cove kiddie pool is and you keep walking, you'll see like this big archway through the trees. Go down that and it's a much deeper spot. Although I saw a lot of people going out very, very far. Please don't do that unless you're very experienced, because there's drownings almost every day here in Hawaii that I see on the news. So just putting that out there. But what'd you think about the spot we just did?
It was definitely fun. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. We did some free diving, yes, with scuba fins. The deepest we went was like
45 feet.
I don't know that we went that deep. I know I probably hit like 30 feet, at least me, because I have trouble with this ear here. But
I'd say about 40 feet max.
We're definitely probably going to come back at some point because we liked it that much. But I think Shark's Cove, big thumbs up.
Right next to Shark's Cove is a place called Pupukea Beach, or also known as Three Tables. The reef is right up close to the sandy beach, and you can see so many colorful fish and coral. In these spots, you want to keep an eye out for Hawaii's state fish called Huma Huma Nuku Nuku Apua.
So we are about to get a late lunch and cane juice. We'll show you where we're at. I guess a bunch of food trucks come and park here, or they stay here really, and you can choose what you want to eat. But we're gonna get some poke nachos, and then we're gonna tell a really cool story about where the shaka came from.
So our friends who live over in North Shore kind of brought us here last time that we hung out with them. They brought us to this cane juice place. And it's cool because the shaka actually originated from this exact spot. There was a worker here who was a really bull-like guy. And one day he was running the cane through the mill to kind of get the juices out and everything. And he cut off his fingers, all three of his first three index fingers. So he would still wave at people, but he would just do it this way. So that's where the shaka came from. So that's just a little backstory on the shaka and Hawaiian culture and stuff. But for our cane juice, we got lemon cane with pineapple, and then we both got poke nachos. I got amberjack, which is some kind of fish. I want to try it. And then Kristen got salmon.
Yeah.
And we got tsunami style, which they add a little extra to the toppings. So, should be good.
So the last time we came, we got this refillable jar that when you come back, you bring it and you get an $8 refill for the cane juice. So that's what we did, and we're just waiting on our nachos.
Ready to dig in?
Mm-hmm. I don't even need chopsticks. Mm-hmm.
Is it spicy? You guys, the super tsunami, it comes with crab. It's spicy, which I love, so good. So good.
Sam approves.
Oh yeah.
So I'm checking out where the sugarcane mill was. It looks like it's just a bunch of businesses, but they do have all these items that appears to be from the mill, all the equipment and stuff, so.
The next spot is another tourist hotspot, but if you want a safe spot to swim in a waterfall, this is your spot. Plus, there's a beautiful beach across the street.
We said we're going to Waimea Valley, but did we say that it was a waterfall? No, I don't think so. And you can swim in this one, so I'm really excited. I've been wanting to come here for a really long time, but Sam is more excited about the beach. Are you gonna jump off the rock?
No, I just want to drink beer on the beach.
They have a cliff jumping spot at Waimea Beach.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I might do it.
We're not doing
I
that.
might.
So we made it in the valley. So the valley is a garden, and it has like cultural things that you can look at, and then at the end of the trail, you jump in the waterfall. So honestly, it's a really pretty place, but we're just ready to jump in the falls. Maybe after we'll look at all the flowers, but it's a really hot day.
So good, so relaxing. Must do. If Sam likes it, you know it's good.
It's not as cold as I thought it would be. It's not like Florida spring cold.
Pretty close.
It's like 70, 72.
That was so fun. Did you enjoy it?
Oh yeah.
We're about to head to the beach, but first, we'll tell you entry fees.
$20 a person. If you're a native, like a Hawaii person, it's at $10. But if you're healthcare,
Full free. Also first responders and military discount. So. So one thing I mentioned earlier is that they have a lot of cultural sites here at Waimea Valley, and one thing that is really cool, they have native Hawaiian houses. So we just finished the trail that showed all the Hawaiian houses. We learned some really cool things. I'm gonna tell you a favorite fact. Apparently, women were only allowed to eat certain things, and they had designated houses where they ate at, and men had separate houses. Sam, what's your favorite fact?
how they cook the food depending on the weather. If it was good weather, they would cook it like outdoors, and above ground. If it was bad weather, they would cook it in like this style house that they would build for it. So
I really enjoyed that. Also, they have a farmer's market going on starting now. We're gonna see what they have. You wanna go to the farmer's market?
I wanna go to the beach.
We're gonna go to the beach.
Let's go to the beach. Wait. This is the Texas two-step hula. Drop her down.
You look like a horse. So, we did make a stop at the farmer's market, but we weren't sure if we could film because there was a little sign that said no filming. We didn't know if it was talking about the pictures next to it or in the whole market, but it was cool. We didn't buy anything, but now we're headed across the street to the beach, spend the rest of the day. I totally was gonna cliff jump, but I totally got scared once I got close to the rock. It was way taller than I thought it was, so maybe next time. I really want to do it though before we leave Hawaii.
Waimea Beach is something I would definitely go back and do. Although there's parking like right at the beach, it's very limited lot, so if you don't get there super early, maybe just park at Waimea Valley, about the 5 to 10 minute walk like we did, and you'll be fine.
Sunset Beach is a great beach to check out whether you're here in the summer and are able to swim, or you're here in the winter to see the gigantic waves. And now, let's hop on over to the east side and some of our favorite spots to visit. The first stop is a beautiful beach we just happened to stumble upon.
Holy cow! This water is so clear, I can't wait to dip in. And it's not very wavy because it looks like there's a reef or something, but look at this view!
And the next spot is really popular for a great reason.
Hello and welcome to another adventure. We are at Kualoa Ranch over in Hawaii, and we're going to check out some of the Jurassic Park attractions here.
And I just watched Jurassic Park for the first time last night, so I'm prepared. So Kualoa Ranch is 4,000 acres of property, and there's several tours that you can pick from. We choose the Jungle Expedition tour because some of the other tours we wanted were also sold out, so definitely book early. This Jungle Expedition tour is supposed to show us a bunch of movie sites and we learn more about Hawaiian culture. Let's go have a fun time. So the tour we booked was about $50 a person, give or take. Depending on what tours you do, there are different prices, so definitely look into that. But right now, they told us to arrive 45 minutes early, so we're currently waiting on our tour to start, and we have free reign on the property. So if you don't want to book a tour, you can still come and just kind of roam around where you can. That's really neat. It's like carved out of the wood. How cool is that? There's one over here too. Hey, horsey.
I mean, if you get kicked out, it's me. Let's see it.
He's too tall. Hello. Hey, goats.
Got Kristen, we heard them watching Jurassic Park for the first time in the other room next door. And right in the middle of doing what we're doing, all we hear is, oh no, the goat!
It's gonna be a bumper ride.
Gonna be a bumper ride. It says the bumpiest tour here.
This is our beautiful Makaha lookout. What do you guys think about this view? So we filmed movies like 51st Dates. This is where the Hukilau Cafe was located.
So she can't remember anything?
Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis. This is our Kaneohe Bay area. Our Kaneohe Bay area is our largest bay area here in the island of Oahu.
Going on this optional 15-minute hike. We stopped the van and we're gonna see some cool views. Look at this view. This is so cool. What you guys think so far?
Oh, this is insane.
Really neat.
Yeah, how good is this?
Look over towards your right hand side, you will see the crash helicopter site from the movie Kong Skull Island.
So we just stopped at Jurassic World. Look at this, it's so crazy. Sam's going straight to the cage. Oh my God, this is too good. Da, 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 da.
Da-na-na.
Da, da.
So when they were filming Jurassic World here at Kualoa Ranch, they had to reroute all the tours because it was a closed production, meaning that they didn't want people just wandering on the set and stuff. So, fun facts.
King Kamehameha III had owned and acquired all of that land in Kualoa. He sold 622 acres to Dr. Gary P. Judd for a sum of $1,300. So he then transformed Kualoa into a working sugar mill. So in front of Kualoa Ranch itself, there is remains of an old sugar mill there. That is the first working sugar mill here on the island of Oahu. It wasn't the first sugar plantation, but the first sugar mill. It only lasted about 6 years, and that's only because if you look at all the ocean around us, salt air does not do too well for crops out here. So it didn't really last all that well. And that's when they converted it into a working cattle ranch. Now in 1872, around that era or time, Ka'ava goes out for sale. So Ka'ava was originally owned by a chief named Joshua Ka'el. It was then passed down into his family 3 times before the Judd family had bought it out. So it's the biggest awapua that we do own here on property. It's 2,200 acres, and it was bought out for a sum of $4,000.
Wow.
Wow.
The last to be obtained is Hakipu itself in all of its glory. So all this land you see here was owned and operated by Queen Kalama. She was queen and wife to King Kamehameha III. She was adored by everybody. She gave homes to 33 Hawaiians within this area. So back in the 1800s, Queen Kalama and King Kamehameha, they went on a voyage to New England, and they didn't make it on that voyage as they passed away to measles at that time. So when these 33 Hawaiians had found out about their queen's passing, they wanted to honor and celebrate her life by planting her favorite tree all across the Wakipu'u. So if anybody gets what this tree might be, it's the mango tree.
Hey Sam, what do you think of the tour?
It's bloody alright.
Oh, no, for real though.
It was good.
I loved it. I think we're gonna have a Jurassic Park marathon tonight. We have to, because now I have to see the rest of them. So they have a wall with all the famous people that have been here. T-Rex. So we found a little history hall at the ranch that tells all about the history and all about like, movies filmed.
Look at them paintings.
A bunch of stuff that you can learn about. King Kamehameha.
Reckon you can see the resemblance?
Yes.
His haircut looks a lot like mine.
So that's gonna be the end for this Jurassic adventure that we had today.
I would totally come back again. I want to do the ATV tour, but I don't know if we're actually gonna do it. I would highly, highly recommend that you visit if you're here on Oahu.
And try to book the ATV tour, because that's where it's at.
We have made it to Tropical Farms, and this is the Macadamia Nut and Kona coffee tasting. We just got our coffee. We're about to try it. I just put a little bit of milk in mine. Did you put anything in yours? Ooh, you already finished yours? That's good. It's different. It has like an earthy taste. Did you taste that?
It's Hawaiian coffee.
And it's great. And we gotta go find the macadamia nuts to try though. Alright, so for the nuts, I grabbed one of each kind. Let's give them a try. I don't know what this is, but we'll see. Honestly, I think this is like sugar or something. Ooh, garlic and onion.
Give me.
Tastes like chips. I love them. I might have to get a bag of these.
Couple
They're
bags.
good. Couple bags?
Garlic and onion, yeah. And coffee, my 2 favorites.
That was a plain one. That one's salt. Okay, so there's salt, normal, coffee, onion, honey, sugar. Yeah, definitely the coffee and the onion are my favorite. The grounds here are stunning. You get the mountain view in the background, and they have coconuts too.
The next few spots are in and around Kaneohe. I love this little town after living here for a few months, but anyways, you'll see why. Today we're kayaking to Kaneohe Sand Bar. It's windy!
This sandbar is located in Kaneohe Bay on Oahu's east side. It is a beautiful sunken island that is home to some of the most beautiful coral reefs and sea life on the Hawaiian Island chain. The bay is one of the largest breeding grounds for hammerhead sharks in the entire world, but don't let that deter you from going out there and having some fun.
It's a windy day and we're in the middle of the ocean, and it's not the easiest paddle job to get to the sandbar. How you feeling about it, Sam?
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's not dangerous, but it's pretty rough. I mean, we see a turtle right there.
I mean, I go a little
I'm sure it's not gonna be the only one.
Hey travel lovers, did you know that it takes on average over 30 hours to plan a vacation? When you use a travel agent, all of that time is saved so you can go out and live your life. We want to help you plan your next vacation, so visit our website in the description down below.
The coral reef was so good. It was one of the best ones. And then we saw this big turtle in the cave, and I was so amazed. And there was all these fish. We got our 3Z kayaks. They gave us an anchor too, the anchor in the sandbar. And then there's tons of people out here. It's so cool. We gotta head out. We have to be on the shore by 4. So we're de-anchoring. I'm making Sam lead the way because he was he was bossy the last time. Making the man do the hard work. So the sandbar is a mile out here. So we kayaked a mile, and wow.
That might be the worst thing we've ever done besides the cow crater.
Well, you didn't do that.
Okay.
I thought we were gonna be stranded in the ocean. I was getting ready to call for the life support.
It was really bad.
It could have been a lot worse. We might have been just dramatic. There was one point we weren't getting anywhere. We were just paddling, and we were in the middle of the ocean, and I was like, I'm gonna have to call a lifeguard. Also, we booked our kayaks with Kama'aina Kids. They bring your kayak right up to the bay, and you just go right out. Other places, if you rent a kayak, you would have to strap it to your car and then ride out here.
So we did half a day at the sandbar at the Kaneohe Sand Bar, and I gotta say it was amazing. Definitely recommend if you're gonna do the sandbar, do it early, like make it a full day thing, because we only had like an hour to hour and a half out there at the actual sandbar once we got out there. It took us about 45 minutes of kayaking, which we're pretty fit. So 45 minutes, it takes a decent amount to get out there, and you have to plan your trip back in, but definitely recommend in Hawaii.
Our stop now is at the Byodo-in Temple. It's a replica of a temple in Japan. They say if you ring the bell, it brings you happiness and a long life. Some incense inside the temple. That smells amazing. I'm gonna just sit in there all day.
How did you do so well?
Happiness and a long life. Good morning, guys. Today is Friday, and we are about to head to
Sounds about right.
Humaluhia, I think you pronounce it, Botanical Gardens. This place is probably one of the most beautiful places that you can see the mountains here. I'm super excited. This is one of the places you see all the people on Instagram like going and like photo shooting. It's gonna be a really fun day. Let's go explore. You guys, this is a famous Instagram spot. They're not letting you stop on this road anymore because it backed up traffic, but look. I'm sure we can come walk and like take pictures on the side, but there's tons of other spots here that I've seen. You can get good shots. So we found this beautiful spot. We're gonna take some pictures. How gorgeous is that?
I would be more enthusiastic about this if I was actually rested well.
Yeah, it's okay. Sam had to make a stop at the bathroom. In the meantime, I'm just gonna walk around, see what I can find. This might be the place where I come when I'm stressed or just want to get out. Come here, grab a lunch, have a picnic.
There's a lot of parking all along this botanical gardens.
That's Sam's favorite thing. Don't tell him I told you this, but he's really stressed when it comes to parking anywhere we go. Do the views get any better than this? It's definitely a hard one to beat. Definitely a hard one to beat. There's different sections in the botanical gardens, like Hawaiian plants, African plants, Polynesian plants. So I made a stop at the Hawaiian plants because when in Hawaii, wow, I could stay here all day. It says hazardous cliff. Let's check out the hazardous cliff. Okay, it's just the hazardous stream cliff. Look. Honestly, if you really didn't want to get out, you really don't have to because the views are from the road, to be honest.
We're at the Nu'uanu Pali Lookout, which we stopped the other day if you saw that video of our Uber driver. We actually learned that this was the spot of the final battle that united the Hawaiian Islands. That's really cool, so let's go check it out again. So the name means windy cliff, and you can definitely tell because
One of my all-time favorite beaches is called Kailua Beach, and it's rated one of the top beaches in the world.
holy cow, this is amazing.
It's pretty good.
I'm so amazed. I'm glad we came out here.
Kailua Beach is absolutely stunning, but one that rivals this one, in my opinion, is Waimanalo. But first, if you're here in the fall, check this place out.
So we are at Waimanalo Country Farms, and what you do is like a drive-through pumpkin patch and sunflower field. How cool is that?
She's more excited about the sunflower field. I'm more excited about the pumpkin patch.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm really excited about the sunflower.
And you're close enough that when you get done with this, you can just take a little skip over to the beach because it's like really close.
Yeah, Waimanalo Beach is one of the best beaches, at least in our opinion.
And you can see the water from right now. We can see the water. So.
Just a little bit.
I'm excited.
Yeah, but it was $10 a person to get in, so we paid $20 for our car. It's like a drive-through. We're waiting in line, so we really don't know what's gonna happen.
Nope.
But
all she told us that we're doing is we're following this car in front of us, and that is it. So we're gonna listen to music, and we're gonna enjoy the beautiful scenery because we are finishing up our time here in Hawaii, and yeah, should be a good day.
We hope you'll enjoy the wide range of produce grown right here on this soil.
All right, so that's freaking cute. As you go through the drive-thru, there's QR codes you scan, and it's like a man telling you what to do and where you can stop. And so we just scanned our first one, and our first stop is at the pumpkin patch. So let's go. They have little face things for your kids. How cool. I don't know any pumpkin patch that has a view like this. The prices of the pumpkins are based on their size. The smaller ones are $10, the largest ones are $20. So we got a medium one, which was priced $14. So you just kind of put your pumpkin up on their sizing scale and then they go from there. But now we're done at the pumpkin patch. We're gonna go around to the sunflower field, which I'm most excited for. Also, tip, definitely come earlier in the fall season if you want to come here because all the pumpkins are grown here. So it's like a first come, first serve basis and it's only open until their pumpkins are gone. We're scanning our second QR code.
I loved that. Don't come if you're allergic to bees though, because literally every flower had a bee on it. But super cool. So your third stop is the petting zoo. You can spend, it looks like $5 to feed them. You get feed. And you can also buy grilled sunflower heads. They're selling honey, some shirts, souvenirs, cornbread, if you're interested in that. Oh my gosh, look. Donkeys, alpacas. It's an alpaca. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever seen an alpaca in real life. Have you? Have you ever seen an alpaca in real life? Have you ever seen an alpaca in real life? I love that one.
Please enjoy a complimentary cup of our fresh squeezed Nalame lemonade or country sweet tea.
I'm sold on the free lemonade or sweet. Did they say sweet tea or iced tea? Can't be sweet tea, we're not in Texas. Free lemonade or tea. That's cool. I didn't know that was a thing here. I'm pleasantly surprised. So, like I said, the lemonade and the sweet tea are free. So we got one of each, and you can buy a low country boil, which comes with potatoes, shrimp, sausage, what else? Corn? $13. That's a steal. We
That's
were
like home prices, yeah.
Yeah, we're like, if it's under 20, we'll get it. He's like 13. So
I should have
yeah.
gotten two of them, honestly.
Here it is. Yeah, I don't know if this will fill us up. I'm not too hungry though.
It's really good. It's like buttery to perfection. If I had just a little bit of Tony Chachere's.
I don't think people know what Tony Chachere's is unless you're from Cajun seasoning. So we found a hidden gem of a beach right next to the lighthouse. It's not too far from it actually. It's called Waimea Beach Park. Is it gorgeous? And the good thing about this beach is it's not too crowded, unlike Kualoa Beach, which was a little bit more packed and more well known. This one's just as beautiful. I honestly think it may be even prettier with the mountain view. So if you're looking for a secluded beach, check this one out. Hey guys, so I'm about to hop in the water. I hear there's a lot of turtles at this beach, so fingers crossed. We'll see if we'll see anything. If not, it may be funny because I may be tossed around in these crazy waves. So we have left the beach. It looks like the weather's turning for the worse, which is really weird because on the island the weather just switches on and off like a light switch. Oh, also I got in the water and the waves pummeled me over. Keep that in mind if you're visiting the South Shore, which this beach is the southeast. During the summer months, the South Shore is very, very wavy. During the winter months, the North Shore is very, very wavy. So that's a deal breaker for you. Plan your vacations accordingly.
Sandy Beach down south is another beach you may not want to miss out on. It's a popular spot for local surfing, and there's lots of sand to lounge out on. Now that you've seen lots to do around the island, this next section of the video is for all of my hikers out there. There are some insane hikes on this island, so I'm going to show you some safe and great hikes that you can do.
We are on our first adventure here in Honolulu. We're going to hike Diamond Head.
Diamond Head is the most popular hike on the island, so you need a reservation to hike. It's a nice hike, but be prepared for lots of crowds, but some of the best views of Honolulu.
because you ran up the slope.
I got to the lookout in like 10 minutes. It's pretty quick.
We're here hiking to our first waterfall. This one specifically is called Lulumahu Falls, and it's gonna be an interesting one because we hear it's easy to get lost.
Lulumahu Falls is such a great spot because it's actually one of the tallest waterfalls on the island that you can go up and visit.
Make sure you guys wear some kind of hiking boot because it's very muddy and you're going to get wet. Wear clothes that you don't mind getting all dirty, and wear your bug spray.
All Trails Pro.
If you don't have All Trails, as long as you follow the pink ribbons, we haven't gotten lost yet, so fingers crossed. It's pretty easily marked. Just keep an eye out.
This rock's like half the height of me.
Next, I'm going to speed through quite a few hikes and at the end give you some tips that you will want to know before you hike in Hawaii.
Pink pillbox hike. Let's go.
There are these pillboxes or military bunkers all around the island of Oahu. This specific one is on the west side.
Overall, really great hike, and we'll see you tomorrow.
The next day, we made our way to Kaneohe Falls.
This one's 0.8 miles, so super easy. So I convinced Samuel to come along. Let's get to it. Made it to the falls. We got rained on again.
Yada, 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 yada.
You can swim in them, but we're not up for that right now, so we're headed back. Good morning from Pearl City. We're doing the Upper and Lower Waimea Falls Trail. It's rated easy. It's a loop trail, and it should take about an hour and a half, so let's go. Oh wow, a cave. Another one. Looks like a lot of the time, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a cliff here. So you're walking along the cliff to this really cool view along the ridge line. So we just came out to this opening. Look at this view. How gorgeous.
The upper trail, of course, connects to the lower trail where we'll find a nice little stream.
Our hike is about done. Overall thoughts, I really love this hike. Very friendly. I saw some dogs on the trail. Would I do it again? Maybe not, because it's a little bit out of the way, but if you're in the area and want a nice little family-friendly stroll to see some streams and a nice little cliff, definitely do it.
This pillbox is actually on the east side this time, and it's actually a lesser known one, and the views are stunning. Just wait for it.
The view is so insane. It's a pretty gloomy day, so I can imagine on a really sunny, pretty day, that view is gonna be amazing.
I'm doing Cocoa Crater this morning. I'm really nervous. Let's go. So Cocoa Crater is a really hard hike, stair step, all the way up to the top. So I chose to do it at sunrise, and I definitely recommend you do the same.
just never gonna happen. That's what I Chee-hoo! I just discovered this place recently, so let's go. Definitely my favorite place on the island, only because there's so many species that you can see here that you really can't find anywhere else. Today I'm doing this ridge trail. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'll put the name here. It's supposed to be a good long hike, like 3 hours, so let's go. I have to tell you guys, this one and the very last one I show on this video are my favorite hikes on the island so far. It's a moderate hike, very muddy, so definitely go whenever it's not raining. Today I'm doing the Yukai, I think that's how you say it, pillbox hike. There's an opening, creepy. The military has left some really interesting things on this island. So I finished the hike. Overall, not my favorite pillbox, but every hike in Hawaii is really cool. So there's that.
Honolulu Lighthouse.
Okay, I keep saying all the hikes are my favorite, but this one is definitely a favorite. Very, very easy hike that literally anyone can do. You get the most reward for the least amount of work, for sure. And we actually found a separate trail leading up to some pillboxes, so if you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, you can do that one too. We're on the Aiea Loop Trail. I heard this is really good for solo hikers, so that's why I'm here. So let's go. This one was a really long hike, but it was really unique because you can see H3, the highway that goes in between the mountains, and you're up above looking down below, so it's a really unique perspective. We're doing Lanikai Pillbox hike. Lanikai Pillbox is a really, really popular one, so definitely go in the morning because it's not shaded at all and it's very, very hot, but definitely worth the views if you can get up there. It's pretty steep. Today, I'm doing the Judd Trail. It's a super, super easy. It's only like 30 minutes, but I may do some more trails today as well, but it's supposed to be a really cool one. Okay, this one I was so surprised by. I really, really loved it. It's rated easy and you have to cross a stream, but you get so much beauty out of such a small hike. I would highly recommend for anyone. How neat is this? We're in a bamboo forest. Hike number 2 of the day. I think it's pronounced Haleiwa Loop Trail. Let's go. Haleiwa Loop was a really good hike, but there are better hikes out there for very similar terrain. I would definitely recommend for someone living on the island and doing a lot of hikes, but maybe not a visitor. I would recommend other hikes, but it was still really, really pretty. So I'm on a hike. It's called Makaha Ice Ponds. Anyways, I'm a little bit apprehensive because I hear that sometimes the trail is a bit hard to find. I don't know, we'll see. But guys, did you see that peacock? They like to hang out around here all the time because we live down the road and they're so pretty. But let's go.
really only did this hike because it was so close to where we lived, but if you know for a fact it's rainy season and it's gonna be full, probably worth a shot to try it out, but otherwise, maybe not do it.
As you guys can see, the pond is dried up, but kind of knew it may or may not be. I was hoping it was because we had a bunch of rain recently. I'll find a picture, I'll put it right here for what the ice ponds do look like whenever they're full. Today, I'm doing the Willy Willy Nui Ridge Trail, and you have to go through this gate and talk to a guard to get like a day pass. I got the second to last one for the morning, but if people leave, you can come throughout the day. But anyways, it's a ridge hike. It's gonna be super fun, but pretty difficult.
You'll see this on many of the trails. They want you to brush off your shoes before and after your hike so you don't cross-pollinate. That's one small thing that you can do to keep Hawaii beautiful and to do your part to protect the land.
This is a really good hike.
Anyways, this hike is, like I said earlier, one of my absolute favorites. It's rated moderate. It's more of a moderately hard hike, very muddy. Like I said earlier, if you can get up there, definitely do it because the views are just so stunning.
So hiking in Hawaii is so fun, and I think everyone that visits Hawaii should at least do one hike. With my 7 months of living on the island, I've learned so many things about hiking, and I have a lot of tips that I think would benefit you whenever you go. So hiking in Hawaii is so different than a lot of the places that you know of around the world and in the USA. There are a lot of really safe hikes in Hawaii, and a lot of them are in this video, but I just have to put it out there that it can be very dangerous hiking in Hawaii, and there are rescues all the time of people that get into situations that they don't know the full extent of. So first off, I think it's safe to say that if you call yourself a moderate hiker, maybe start off with the easy hikes in Hawaii. If you're more of a more difficult hiker, start off with the moderate hikes, because there have been several times that I've gone on an easy hike and I would mostly call it moderate. I've been on a moderate hike and I would definitely call it hard. And those hard rated hikes, a lot of them can be very dangerous. A lot of the trails in Hawaii are not maintained, but there are some that are. So some examples of how Hawaii is different from other places. For one, I would think the number one reason is the mud. In the mountains, it rains a lot, and that can make the trails very muddy, causes a lot of slippery situations, a lot of erosion. When it rains, I would normally wait a couple of days after it rains to make sure the mud is dry. Also, as you know, Hawaii is made up of lava rock. They can crumble really easy, break really easy, shift. So a lot of the times you're hiking and you have to test the rock before you step on it. And a lot of the times it's gonna be loose rock. So you're just hiking on this loose rock, and I've never really experienced that kind of hiking anywhere else that I've been. Especially on the island of Oahu, there are a lot of popular trails that are kind of marketed by people as being, of course they're absolutely beautiful, but they're very dangerous. I use an app called All Trails, and it has all the hikes. Literally, you can use it anywhere. It's not just for Hawaii, but it has all the hikes in the area, the rating, easy, moderate, hard, people's reviews on it. And especially in Hawaii, I've noticed even the locals, they rate the hike and then they explain what the conditions were on that hike during the time, and that's very important, especially like I mentioned earlier, when it rains it can get very muddy. Also, for some trails it's easy to get lost even if they're marked. So All Trails also has this feature where you can navigate yourself, and it shows the hike's path and then your path. You can track your progress in where the hike is supposed to be. Sometimes I got lost and had to refer back to the app. So one thing I definitely want to mention, like I said, it's very muddy hiking in Hawaii. So what I do, I get a little paper bag that you can get from a grocery store, a reusable bag. And after my hike, I put my dirty, muddy shoes in that bag before I can rinse them off so it doesn't get your car all messy and dirty. Some other things I love to keep in my bag are lots and lots of water. There's been several hikes where you need to bring a lot more water than you think because it's very hot and humid, especially in the jungle. The hikes can be very long, so you want to bring more water than you think you need. Definitely a snack, because I've been on those hikes, once not mentioned in this video, where I needed a snack because I used so much of my energy to get up the mountain or whatever that a snack was a must, or I probably wouldn't have continued. Some kind of cloth or rag to wipe your sweat, because like I said, it's very, very humid. So you're going to sweat, especially if you're not used to the humidity. And I'm used to worse humidity than Hawaii, and I was still drenched by the end of my hikes. Also a little small first aid kit like bandages and wraps and stuff. Even like the simplest hikes, you can easily like cut yourself on the branches or in the fern. You can twist your ankle. We actually were on a hike that someone broke their leg and had to be rescued. So just keep in mind, even the easier hikes, one slip in the mud and it can be not good. So those are my tips for the next time you find yourself in Oahu looking for a great hike.
So what do you think of this insane Oahu travel guide? When editing this video, I realized that there is so much more I would love to do on the island, and I cannot wait to get back there. But I hope that this was at least helpful for you when planning your next trip to the island.